So Hare Krishna devotees, so we yeah, we actually read the nectar of holy names. So basically, summary is that in different yugas, no, there are different processes which are prescribed. So in Kali Yuga, the process is the chanting of the holy name. No, we have Hridaya Dhyayadoshnam Tredayam Majromahai Dwapare Paricharyayam Kalavata Kirtana. So Kali Yuga, the process is chanting. Okay, so that's why we follow this. So Ankush Prabhu, do you want to lead the chanting?
Okay. जय श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा
Prabhu
श्री अद्वैता
Nityananda,
गदाधरा श्री अद्वैता गदाधरा
Sri Advaita Gadadhara,
श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा
Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda,
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे रामा 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 हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे रामा रामा हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे रामा रामा हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 रामा हरे कृष्णा हरे रामा हरे कृष्णा रामा हरे कृष्णा हरे हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा रामा कृष्णा कृष्णा Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Dede Ram Ram Dede Krishna Krishna Dede 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 Ram 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 Dede Krishna Krishna Dede 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 Ram 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 Dede Krishna Krishna Ram Ram Dede Krishna Krishna Dede Ram Dede Krishna Krishna Dede Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya.
Jai Shri
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda
Prabhu Nityananda,
Shri Advaita
Shri
Gadadhara
Advaita Gadadhara,
Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta
Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda,
Harinam Sankirtan ki
Hare
jai.
Krishna Mahamantra ki,
Jai
Srila Prabhupada
Jai
ki, Jai.
Jai
All glories to Assembly devotees. Hare Krishna.
Jai.
Hare Krishna. So few announcements are there about the yatra. So one is actually Melkote Yatra. I have put in the group also that happens on 22nd to 23rd, 2 days yatra. The 22nd morning we'll go, Saturday morning, and then we'll stay there in spend one day in Melkote with the devotees and stay there. And the next day morning, actually we go to Panihati, and there the Panihati Chida, the Hima also will be there, and then the night we will come back. And the other yatra, actually, I already told a few devotees, is the Vrindavan yatra. That happened during the Dasara holidays. The date is still to announce. 15th or something like that. That is for 8 days. 1 week. Yeah, Friday will go. Saturday, Sunday, then the full Monday to Friday, and Sunday will come back. 8, 9 days. 9 days. Including the travel time. Yes, yeah. So leave as such, you have to take 5 days leave. Monday to Friday. 2 weekends will come in that. Yeah, Monday to Friday. And the other thing is actually the Shiksha program will be happening on Narsimha Chaturdashi festival day. So Narsimha Chaturdashi is on 22nd, but the festival will be celebrated 26th Sunday. So that time will be, because they want any festivals are there, that time Shiksha should happen. Last time also festival time Shiksha happened. No? Because otherwise there are different programs. No? They don't want to all the programs to different time and all. In the center only, Sarjapur center. So you're taking for 12 rounds, both of you. Yeah, for 4 rounds. So 26th you can come to the center. And Ankush Prabhu, you are also taking, no? I didn't see your votes.
Yeah, actually, Mataji, 12 round I'm doing it. 8 round I had taken previously. It was 8 to 12. So
Okay.
now the 12 round I need to see the paper because I
Okay.
haven't read the book. Yeah.
Oh,
So I will see mostly chanting I'm doing 12 round, but
okay.
books I haven't read it. So let me see. Mostly I will take it. Chanting I'm doing 12 round.
Okay, yeah. I think 1 week is enough for you to write.
I will read the books
Which are
basically.
those books? I forgot actually.
I think some books we need
Nectar
to
of
read it,
Devotion.
right? Yeah.
Bhagavad Gita.
So when we need to submit the paper, Mataji?
That is 19th. 26th is the previous Sunday, 19th. Yeah, next Sunday. Basically.
19th, next Sunday. Okay.
That is enough, Prabhu. Otherwise, if we keep on postponing, we'll never read. Paper.
Yeah, let me start.
12th paper is there now. Maybe you can send again to the group.
Krishna Upasaka it is, right, Mataji?
Krishna Basak. Yes, yes, yeah. And there will be small interview also now. So Kribam Prabhu has said actually to ask questions. So whereas write the papers, no, we'll be asking from questions from that paper only, whatever you have written. Yeah.
Yeah, that is the point.
Hare Krishna, Partha Prabhu. Shivali Mataji also there.
Hare Krishna. No, she hasn't joined actually. She was with relatives. Actually, we came to hometown.
Okay, Mataji is in hometown.
No, we all came to hometown. She was
okay.
with relatives actually.
I think Tirupati Darshan. No, Prabhu.
Dwaraka Tirumala, small Tirumala. It's in Elur, near to our hometown. Dwaraka Tirumala.
Okay,
We went to that yesterday, entire family.
Sound is very feeble.
Okay. Oh, 1 second, man. Just 1 second.
They have not submitted the previous papers actually. So Prabhu, you'll be submitting the papers or you'll be taking the upgrading the next level to the next level?
It will take some more time for me actually. I haven't submitted the papers.
Okay.
So this week I was here, and next week I'll be coming. Next Sunday I'm traveling actually.
Oh. Okay. Okay, Prabhu.
So Krishna will get started actually. So whoever is online, if possible, you can keep the video on. Then we'll feel like together. Otherwise, we'll be disconnected actually. So I think Sriram Prabhu is driving, so it's fine. If Ramesh Mataji wants to on the camera, she can on. So that we feel it left out actually. Okay, so today's topic. So last 2 sessions, I think I heard that it was done. It went nicely. I heard the last 2 sessions are very good actually. Mataji and you and Sriram Prabhu has taken. Unfortunately, you didn't record, so we can't see how it went. Okay, so What was special like in last session?
Even feel that he was doing it for the first time. Very nicely conducted. The stories he was telling were very well told. He had the class in control.
Yeah, it was informative. We were all discussing very collaborative class. It was, everybody pitched in and everybody spoke about their experience. A lot of stories were also said. Pastimes were also, reiterated again. So that was ice breaking session. Everything was very nicely done. So everybody, main thing is everybody spoke. It's not that somebody kept quiet. So everybody had a chance to speak. So that was very nice last time.
That is very good actually. So actually Bhakti Vriksha has to be like that. So like the TTP you might have attended. The idea is that all people should feel comfortable to talk. So that is very nice. That is right way of doing it. Yeah, big Haribol Sri Ram Prabhu, and also Sujana Vadi session also was very nice. I heard actually. So that is very nice. Good. Yeah, maybe next time Amnath Prabhu will try. So last time was about discussion of Shastras, no? That was the topic. Or what was the summary? You remember? What is the main things discussed? Yeah, I checked actually. And your session was about first was I talked about like residing in a holy place. The 5 angas of bhakti, that is the topic. The first session was about Mathuravas, about the importance of a holy dham. Second session you had taken, Mataji. You forgot actually. Anybody remembers online or the previous session? Ramesh Mataji, last session was about discussion of Shastras, no? Sri number was taken. You taken Sadhu Sangha, no? So what is the importance of association of Vaishnavas, no? Then I think the discussion of Shastra, like it's about Bhagavatam, I think. Reading Srimad Bhagavatam. Yeah.
Staying in holy place was keeping Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but this is very important. This 5 angas of bhakti is very important to understand. So if you are able to execute the 5 angas of bhakti, then I think no, we will make progress in devotional service. So these are the 5 like limbs you can say, no, of bhakti. Bhakti is standing on these 5 limbs. So like setting in a holy place like Mathuravas. So they say that no, it is if it is possible that we can live in a holy place, but otherwise wherever we are, there also we can preach. So if you're following the instructions of your spiritual master, right? Because it is mentioned that the spiritual master is carrying the dham in his heart. So wherever the holy person is there, saintly person, that place is a holy dham. Okay, so ultimately we go to spiritual place not just to see the place, but it is to associate with pure devotees. So wherever a pure devotee is there, that is a dham. So if you are following the instructions of your spiritual master, even if you are not in a dham, let's say you are preaching, it is as good as staying in a dham. But it is recommended that like if it is possible in when we retire and when we cannot preach anymore, then we can go to a holy place and stay there actually. But yeah, this is very important. Then we discuss about sadhu sangha, associating with pure devotees. Then Srimad Bhagavatam. Today we'll talk about what is the topic today? Yeah, it's about deity worship. This is also one of the angas of bhakti, deity worship. Then last one is anybody knows? Fifth one. Very easy to yes, chanting of the holy names. So these are the 5 angas of bhakti, of which the chanting of the holy name is very most important actually. I mean, everything is important, but chanting is the like very fundamental thing. So unless until we are able to chant properly, then like the strength of devotional service will not come actually. So but normally it is the most difficult also. Though theoretically speaking, chanting is very easy. Anybody can chant, but to chant properly with attention, that actually anyway we'll discuss in the next session. So today is about deity worship, so we will read about it. And actually, there is something which are missing actually here in this. Yeah. So this purport of this is the shloka Bhagavad Gita 12.5, and the purport actually some part is missing. So I have sent it in the group actually in WhatsApp as the actual purport. So the initial part of the purport is missing here because some of the questions are from that part. So maybe when we reach the purport, now we can read from the link. So maybe you can start from read, or maybe we'll first ask somebody online. Yeah, Partha Prabhu, can you read the material?
Yeah. One second.
Questions are from that missing part. The sloga you want to read, Prabhu? You are comfortable, or should we read sloga?
I'll
You
try,
can read.
Prabhuji.
One second.
Please read. Yeah.
क्लेशोऽधिकतरस्तेषाम्
क्लेशोऽधिकतरस्तेषाम्
अव्यक्ता हि गतिर्दुःखम्
अव्यक्ता हि
देहवद्भिरवाप्यते क्लेशोऽधिकतरस्तेषाम्
क्लेशोऽधिकतरस्तेषाम्
चेतसाम्
अव्यक्ताश्चेतसाम्
व्यक्ता हि गतिर्दुःखम्
अव्यक्ता हि गतिर्दुःखम्
देहवद्भिरवाप्यते
देवहृद्भिरवाप्यते
क्लेशोऽधिकतरस्तेषाम्
क्लेशोऽधिकतरस्तेषाम्
अव्यक्तासक्तचेतसाम्
अव्यक्तासक्तचेतसाम्
अव्यक्ता हि गतिर्दुःखम्
अव्यक्ता हि गतिर्दुःखम्
देहवद्भिरवाप्यते
देवहृद्भिरवाप्यते
Prabhu, you can continue, Partha Prabhu.
Okay.
Ready?
Translation. For those whose minds are attached to the unmanifested impersonal feature of the Supreme, advancement is very troublesome. To make progress in that discipline is always difficult for those who are embodied. Purport. The Bhakti Yoga accepts the deity of Krishna as worshipable because
Prabhuji, Partha Prabhu, in the actually I have sent it in the WhatsApp, one link. Purport actually this purport is missing some part, so that link you can open actually. So.
Oh, okay. One second. Weather base. Purport. The group of transcendental who follow the path of inconceivable, unmanifested, impersonal feature of the Supreme Lord are called Jana Yogis, and persons who are in full Krishna consciousness engaged in devotional service to the Lord are called Bhakti Yogis. Now here, the difference between Jnana Yogi and Bhakti Yogi is definitely expressed. The process of Jnana Yoga, although ultimately bringing one of the same goal, is very troublesome. Whereas the path of Bhakti Yoga, the process of being in direct service to the Supreme Personality of the Godhead, is easier and is natural for the embodied soul. The individual soul is embodied since time immemorial. It is very difficult for him to simply theoretically understand that he is not the body. Therefore, the Bhakti Yogi accepts the deity of Krishna as worshipable because there is some bodily conception fixed in the mind, which can thus be applied. Of course, worship of Supreme Personality of Godhead in his form within the temple is not idol worship. There is evidence in the Vedic literature that worship may be saguna or nirguna, of supreme possessing or not possessing attributes. Worship of the deity in the temple is saguna worship. For the Lord is represented by material qualities. But the form of the Lord, though represented by material qualities such as stone, wood, or oil paint, is not actually material. That is absolute nature of the Supreme Lord. A, a crude example may be given here. We may find some mailboxes on the street, and if we post our letters in those boxes, they will naturally go to their destinations without difficulty. But any old box or an imitation which we may find somewhere but which is not authorized by the post office will not do the work. Similarly, God has an authorized representation in the deity form, which is called Arka Vigraha. Ar- Arka Vigraha. Is it Arka or
Archa, Prabhu, Archa.
Archivigraha.
Arka Vigraha?
Archana,
Archa
Archa.
Vigraha. Okay. Yeah, okay. Archa Vigraha. This Archa Vigraha is an incarnation of the Supreme Lord. God will accept service through that form. The Lord is omnipotent, all powerful. Therefore, by his incarnation as Archa Vigraha, he can accept the service of the devotee just to make it convenient for the man in conditioned life.
Okay, Prabhu.
So,
Thanks. We'll next, Prabhu. Ankush, Prabhu, would like to continue?
Yeah, Prabhuji. So for a devotee, there is no difficulty in approaching the Supreme immediately and directly. But for those who are following the impersonal way to spiritual realization, the path is difficult. They have to understand the unmanifested representation of the Supreme through such Vedic literature as Upanishad. And they have to learn the language, understand the non-perceptual feeling, and realize all those processes. This is not very easy for a common man. A person in Krishna consciousness engaged in devotional service simply by the guidance of bona fide spiritual master, simply by offering regulated obeisances unto the deity, simply by hearing the glories of deity, and by eating the remains of the foodstuff offered to the Lord, realize the Supreme Personality of Godhead very easily. There is no doubt that the impersonalists are unnecessarily taking a troublesome path with the risk of not realizing the absolute truth at the ultimate end. But the personalist, without any risk, trouble, or difficulty, approaches the Supreme Personality directly. A similar passage appears in Srimad Bhagavatam. It is stated that if one ultimately has to surrender unto Supreme Personality of Godhead, this surrendering process is called bhakti. But instead, take the trouble to understand what is Brahman and what is not Brahman and spend his whole life in that way, the result is simply troublesome. Therefore, it is advised here that one should not take up this troublesome path of self-realization because there is uncertainty in the ultimate results. A living entity is eternally an individual soul, and if he wants to merge into the spiritual whole, he may accomplish the realization of eternal and knowledgeable aspect of his original nature. But the blissful portion is not realized. By the grace of some devotee, such a transcendentalist, highly learned in the process of Jnana Yoga, may come to the point of Bhakti Yoga or devotional service. At that time, long practice in impersonalism also becomes a source of trouble because he cannot give up the idea. Therefore, an embodied soul is always in a difficult with the unmanifest, both at the time of practice and at the time of realization. Every living soul is partially independent, and one should know for the certain that this unmanifested realization is against the nature of his spiritual blissful self. One should not take up the process for every individual living entity, the process of Krishna consciousness, which entails full engagement in the devotional service, is the best way. If one wants to ignore this devotional service, there is a danger of turning to atheism. Thus, the process of centering attention on the unmanifested, the inconceivable, which is beyond the approach of the senses, as already expressed in the verse, should never be encouraged at any time, especially in this age. It is not advised by Lord Krishna.
Thank you, bro. Read. No, read. Archana means that part.
Archana means worship of deity in the temple. By executing the process, one confirms himself to be not the body but spirit soul. In the 10th canto, 81st chapter, verse 19 of Srimad Bhagavatam, it is told how Sudama, an intimate friend of Krishna's, while going to the house of a Brahmana, murmured to himself, simply by worshipping Krishna, one can easily achieve all the results of heavenly opulence, liberation, supremacy over the planetary systems of the universe, all the opulences of this material world, and the mystic power of performing the yoga system. The events leading to Sudama's murmuring this statement are as follows. Sri Krishna had ordered his friend Sudama to go to a Brahmana's house and ask for some food. The Brahmanas were performing a great sacrifice, and Sri Krishna told Sudama to plead with them that he and Balarama were feeling hungry and needed some food. When Sudama went there, the Brahmanas refused to offer anything. But the wives of the Brahmanas, upon hearing that Sri Krishna wanted some foodstuff, immediately took many palatable dishes and went to offer them to Sri Krishna. In the Vishnu Rahasya, also it is stated any person within the world who is engaged in the worship of Vishnu can very easily achieve the ever blissful kingdom of God known as Vaikuntha Loka. Nectar of Devotion, chapter 9, page 77.
In the Hari Bhakti Sudhodaya, there is a statement about the benefit of visiting the temples of Lord Krishna. As we have explained previously, in Vrindavana, Mathura, and Dwaraka, the system is that all the devotees take advantage of visiting various temples situated in those holy places. It is stated in the Hari Bhakti Sudhodaya, persons who are impelled by pure devotional service in Krishna consciousness and who therefore go to see the deities of Vishnu in the temple will surely get relief from entering again into the prison house of a mother's womb. The conditioned soul forgets the trouble of living within the mother's womb during birth, but it is a very painful and terrible experience. In order to make an escape from this material condition, one is advised to visit a temple of Vishnu with devotional consciousness. Then one can very easily get out of the miserable condition of material birth. Material birth.
Thank you, Mataji. So, we'll
So today's icebreaker question is, when you want to offer some praise, which deity you will approach? You have some desire or some praise.
So, primarily, we have to approach Krishna, okay, directly, okay. But then again, like I will approach Krishna directly, okay. But yeah, there are times when I feel my ask is childish, but still, situation and circumstances demand certain things to be asked. Just like a kid, we go to the parent, ask. We can ask a lot of things, but sometimes chocolate is what we prefer. We ask that only. While we can ask something big. So I asked a lot of times, a lot of small things, but of late I realize that whatever I'm asking is childish, but then still I'm compelled to ask certain things very small. But there is always a bigger plan that I have to ask.
For me, it has all changed from when I started. It has now become only Krishna because Krishna is everybody else. Everybody else belongs to Krishna. And there is now a guilt that if I pray to other gods, unknowingly also, if I ask for some favors, they will be granted. And I don't want that because that is again karma. I'm accumulating some other karma which I have to come back and serve. So I don't want that. So I only pray to Krishna now.
Hare Krishna. So actually, there are different deities being played in my parental home. It is they follow Mayavadi principle. So and now my husband he follows Ganesha. So it is quite confusing. But yeah, but when I was a kid, I actually I gave me contact with one Vaishnava who gave me that whenever you're in trouble, just chant Hare Krishna. So from young only, I didn't know rounds and all, but I used to always just chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare when I was in trouble, even as a kid. So then, but now after 35 years, I realized like what it is and what. So yeah, it has been a long journey. So yeah, now I obviously always pray to Krishna, even if something is not happening. Even if I can't concentrate on my chanting, but if my kid is crying while I'm chanting, I said, Krishna, please stop her to cry so that I can chant. So like that, everything goes back to him.
She got this mantra long back. Now it is giving the connect. That's what we say, to whoever we see, we should tell them to chant Hare Krishna mantra. They may not chant now, but it will be their subconscious mind, and one day they will start taking the process. He's such a small child.
My parents were working, so I used to go for I have a friend, and then she used to take me to some place, and there I met somebody who gave me this. So I never told them also that I am actually praying, and I didn't know that was a mantra. She just told me that if you are feeling sad and all, just take this mantra. So just like that, and after 35 years literally, so I like but yeah, maybe not rounds. I just maybe sometimes I'll take. I will take so that.
We third, fourth standard, or even younger, Mahamantra was reverse. Okay, like it was Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna. That is the first time that I heard. My mom used to tell, and she used to say somebody when she was a kid in Chittor in Palamner, um, Harikatha used to happen, right? So in the Harikatha, they used to tell this, and she picked it from there, and she was telling. And even daily offering also, she will, whenever Aarti was dying, she was chanting. And as a kid, me and my brother used to be part of that, and it was reverse. So when I joined, and first time when I heard in the ISKCON, Hare Krishna was first and Rama was second, right? So I said, this is heard, but I have heard reverse of that. But I said, it's okay. So it doesn't matter. So it's it'll be the same. It doesn't matter. Then that is how it started for me also. But then there were a lot of breaks. As a kid, third, fourth standard, then it was normal as a school and all. But this was heard. I mean, like it's not completely new for me. I heard it as young as maybe 8, 9 years old. But then there was a huge gap. Then after 21, 22, when I started going to ISKCON, that is when I became a little serious. But then again, there was a gap, marriage and children, and again there was a gap. Then again, I picked it like last 2, 3 years now. I'm quite regular.
Will again you'll come back. Again you'll come back. You'll not leave us.
I asked Prabhu the same question when I attended the first class only. I asked to Mataji, Mataji, I'm heard like this Hare Rama first, then Hare Krishna the second words. Mataji telling to me, however, you are chanting now. After chanting the same verse again, it is repeating. Like that I had. I came to ISKCON because I heard a voice. I was a meditator, Prabhu. Now also I am doing a meditation. There is a voice within me. You have to learn Bhagavad Gita and preach Bhagavad Gita. Within 2 days, I connected to ISKCON, Prabhu. In near the vegetable shop, I met Mataji. Mataji given a card, then I connected. Within a week, I have connected to ISKCON. That word, that voice now within me, it connected. Like that, I connected. Narsimha Dev, we are used to praying. But after that, I did not know like this all Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, the avatar is Narsimha Dev. That much only I know. But because deeply I know these are all things I did not know anything. But now after joining the ISKCON, we have, if we have to pour the water to the plant, we have to pour now from the root. We have to chant Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now I am nicely chanting 16 rounds with the help of Mataji, and nicely attend the classes, everything going on. Thank you, Mataji.
Partha Prabhu, you want to share? Which, if you have problems, which God you approach?
Yeah. From my childhood, actually, we used to pray for the
Let speaker, can
Venkateswara
you,
Swami.
microphone, can you be, you're not able to hear clearly. Is the microphone near?
Actually, I'm using some Bluetooth. I think the problem with the earphone. Is it okay now or still not good?
Volume is
Hello.
less, Prabhu. Volume is less.
Is-
You can try speaking a
One
little
second,
louder
Prabhu.
if it's okay.
Yeah. So we used to pray for our Balaji, Venkateswara Swami, as our deity of family. So whenever we have a trouble, there is like we pray in front of Balaji to get all our wishes come true. But after joining to ISKCON, I started praying for Krishna. It's almost 1.5 year, I can say. So I was praying for Krishna whenever there is a trouble. It's just chanting one round at least. If something going to happen, also attending a meeting which is critical for me or crucial things happening in my life, I'll just chant one round of Hare Krishna. And that is what currently the change that is happening. That I can say.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhu. I think Balaji and Krishna, there is no much difference actually. They're same only.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ramesh Mataji, you want to say? Ramesh Mataji can speak.
Krishna. We pray to Krishna.
Krishna, okay.
We pray to Krishna.
Okay, okay, Mataji. Ankush, Prabhu?
Yeah, Prabhuji, since now from last couple of years we are doing the Krishna chanting, so I will pray to Krishna now because now there is some relationship has been maintained, or at least will from our side. So I will now, if I have to pray, I will pray to the Krishna.
Okay. Before that, you were worshipping Hanuman, I think, no?
No, before that, Ma Durga Aarti I used to do. Ma
Durga,
Durga,
okay.
Lord Shiva.
But you used to chant Hanuman Chalisa, you used to say, no?
Hanuman Chalisa, I am still doing 2 times in a day. So
Okay.
that is just some frequency has been set. So Hanuman Chalisa, I'm still doing it. That is what.
Chalisa is, of course, I take teachings from gurus. Okay, so it starts with Sri Guru Charan itself. So as a guru, we take it, and it also says Anya Devata Chittanadare Hanumad says Sarav Sukare. And I pray in such a mood that I ask him, like, you always do. Hanuman does not do anything other than Rama Rama. So for him, there are stories like why Hanuman does not go and stay in Vaikunta. He's still on this earth. And for Hanuman, it is like wherever I am there, I'll be doing only Rama, 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 nothing else. Okay, so 24/7, he's that. So at least we get a trillionth of his devotion. I think we'll be very, very satisfied. So that's what 7 times I do Hanuman Chalis. So plus 12 plus rounds of chanting. So I somehow, and after I started Hanuman Chalis, I'm kind of getting more time to do rounds. So that is why I thought I will continue doing this because it is helping me facilitate to Mahamantra more and more. So early morning I get up, I do 7 times Hanuman Chalis, and then automatically throughout the day I get for 12. Nowadays I'm getting time for even 14, 15 rounds. So while I'm doing 12 as counted, more than that whenever I'm getting time. And whenever in holidays and stuff like that, when I go out and all, 16, 24 rounds easily I can. So that is really helping me.
Thank you. So we'll come to the topic today. Already 6 o'clock. Yeah. So you want to take some time to read, then the questions we will go through. First two questions are from the purport, I mean, which is not there. Yeah, you have to look at the mobile actually for the first two. We'll start or need some more time? Yeah, we're running a little late. Okay, so first question is distinguish between Jnana Yoga process and Bhakti Yoga process. Anybody wants to share?
Jnana Yoga is more based on knowledge. Jnana is knowledge, and you try to inquire and gain knowledge about Krishna, and then ultimately reach an impersonal feature. Whereas Bhakti is more personal. You are directly associating with the God, not on the effulgence or the Jyoti, Parama Jyoti, and that is the extent with the Jnana Yoga, with the knowledge to the maximum extent one can reach is the impersonal feature only. But Bhakti is much simpler. Just by surrender, we can directly associate with the person Krishna, not the effulgence or the Brahma Jyoti.
Prabhuji said, so Jnana Yoga, as Krishna also Lord says that it is little difficult because you have to meditate upon something and you are trying to realize the absolute Brahman, which ultimately maybe you'll take many, many births to actually then come to Bhakti. So you may start with Jnana. So yeah, so it will take some time to come to Bhakti and all, but ultimately then so Prabhupada, I think, says in one of his books that the ultimate nature of human is to serve. So if you're not serving anyone, then you're serving Maya. So better to serve Krishna than to serve Maya. So if you are praying on some impersonal thing, finally you go into that Brahma Jyoti, you might again come down to the material world because you will not have any association. You'll be bored. So it is better if you are always in devotional service of the Lord through Bhakti Yoga. You'll always be attached to the Lord. You always love the Lord and always do things for the Lord in devotion. So you'll always be having that bliss or that mellow in you, rasa as we say. So that's the difference.
The Jnana Yoga is difficult because you have to perceive a lot of things to actually accomplish it. Whereas Bhakti Yoga is easy. You are able to relate to a deity or an image, and it is easier for us because we are still living in this material world. That's, I think, one major difference.
Not audible, Prabhuji.
You could not hear Mataji.
Not here, Prabhuji.
Okay. Well, Ankush Prabhu, you are able to hear Partha Prabhu?
Yeah, I'm able
Prabhuji,
to hear.
actually, your voice is clear, but
Okay, when Mataji was
someone
speaking,
is
it was not clear. I think she was holding. Mataji was saying that she was saying that the path of Jnana is difficult actually. To focus and concentrate on. Yeah. Okay. We'll move on. So first two questions are done. We'll move to the third question. How does a Bhakti Yogi perceive the deity of Krishna? Why? Anybody online want to answer? It will be in the printout. Should be there.
The Bhakti Yogi accept the deity of Krishna as a worshipable because there is some bodily conception fixed in the mind, which can thus be applied. Of course, the worship of Supreme Personality of Godhead in his form within the temple is not ideal worship. So basically, they are trying to say that in our mind already a bodily conception is there, so it is easy to apply basically, and the deity as compared to impersonal form basically.
But what is the reality? So that is it because or you have the bodily conception we are doing like that, or what is actual form of the Lord? Does the Lord have a form or not?
Yes, so Lord has the personal form itself basically, and here in the deity also basically it is the Archa Vigraha. So after the Pran Pratishtha, basically the Lord himself comes into it. So it's like that the example is given if you are trying to send the some post basically through the authorized post office. If you'll put it into the authorized post office, then it will reach to the right destination. If you'll just put into the some other place, it will not go. So if you'll just worship any left, right, any of the stone basically, and on any of the wood basically, then it will not work because that is not a Archa Vigraha where the Pran Pratishtha is done. But in the Archa Vigraha, Pran Pratishtha is done where the Lord has come itself. That is the authorized source basically. And if we'll send any prayer or put any bhoga to that, it will directly go to the Lord because that is the authorized source.
Okay.
For me, it's like, first of all, Krishna's personal form is extremely inconceivable by normal human beings. And with the deity worship, uh, Lord actually helps us and comes and stays in a Archa Vigraha through Pran Pratishtha, as Prabhuji said. It is helping us to see him through that. Okay, while we definitely cannot completely, he's inconceivable. Okay, if he's conceivable, he's within our limits, so he's inconceivable. So trying to convert inconceivable Lord to a conceivable Lord is what the Archa Vigraha is doing. It's just facilitating. Okay, so some people who say that deity worship is wrong or deities can be destroyed, it's like electricity, right? So electricity cannot be perceived. Okay, so but it comes through a wire. You'll have to do it. So like Lord is that energy, inconceivable energy, who comes and sits in the idol. But idol is definitely not the Lord, but he makes it powerful by himself coming and staying over there through the process of Vedic process. We invite him to stay there so that we can worship him. So that is our intention.
Little different again. I feel that when the Lord offers and comes in the Archa Vigraha, he's giving us an opportunity to serve, right? So there's no associated.
Prabhuji, we can't hear you. The mic can be closed.
Sorry. Hello. I said that we cannot serve Lord in a supreme spirit soul, right? Form, because how do we service him, right? But when he comes in the Aksha Vigraha form, we can do service to him. We can, decorate him so nicely. We can offer him bhoga, different prasadams and all, and we can see him. We can relate to him. And I believe that God is there. It is himself. There's no difference. It's the same thing.
It says that no Vigraha nahi to Sashat Brajendra Nandan. It's not a Vigraha at all. I think I have told you this story long back about recent story only, not very long old history. So one Mataji actually she have the Ledu Gopal. Most of you must be having the Ledu Gopal. So they takes care of them nicely. And after her son got married, she gave the Ledu Gopal to her son. And she was also in that same house, and she was actually teaching the daughter-in-law how to worship Ledu Gopal. And she dresses, and daughter-in-law also assist her. And one time actually the daughter-in-law was doing, and somehow the deity fell down. And this Mataji actually she saw, and she for her actually, the deity is like her heart and soul. So she was very sad actually. What happened to my Kana? And she was coming and holding him and seeing that no, something happened to my Kana. I know he's not well. He's not well. She felt like that. Lord is not well because he fell down. And then he said, his son, I will not eat anything until and unless you take him to the doctor. So, the son, and mother was very much stubborn. No, you have to take him to the doctor. Otherwise, I'm not going to leave from here. I will stay here only with the Lord. I will not eat and like that. And then to pacify the mother, he called actually one of his friend doctor or family doctor, like. So he came and he took the Gopal and said, Mama, Lettu Gopal is here, deity is here, Kana is all right, no problem, nothing happened to him. And made the mother very happy. But mother said, what kind of doctor are you? You don't have that put on the ear. That where is that? Then okay, they thought, okay, then to make the mother happy, he took that, and because doctors always carry, somehow he had that thing. So he put that in his ear, and he put it on the chest of this Ledu Gopal. And he put on the chest of the Ledu Gopal. Actually, he got shocked. He fell on the feet of mother, and he could hear the heartbeat of the Lord. Yeah, could hear, because Lord actually manifested there because of that mother's love, that devotee's love. Lord actually, that's what say, no, Vigraha nahi to Sakshat Brajendra. He manifested there, and the doctor have now words to say now. So he just fell on the feet of mother and said, no, Gopal will be all right, don't worry, like that. So this is how actually Lord reciprocates to the pure love. Actually, Amrendra Prabhu was also sharing like one of these stories of, like that these deities have responded many ways. Some Matajis, they have the deity, and they used to keep on chapel, to the deities. Especially the Gaur and all. And after some days, they can actually see that the chapel has torn. They are going with the chapel, and they actually one Mataji, that Rani Mataji, she had shown us, the deities chapel has torn. Now I had to buy another one for them. So like that, the deities actually respond, to them. Many times the deities come in the dream and talk to the person. One Mataji was so scared of Jagannath, looking at, she will chant in front of her and in front of the Lord. And one time, Lord came. Why are you so scared of me? I am here protecting you. I am helping you. I am your, close friend. Don't get scared. And after that, she was feeling more connected with the Lord. So, like that, many pastimes are there.
We'll talk about one pastime in the end actually. So now we'll continue the discussion. So yeah, one small thing we need to so basically when people are intellectual, no, they have a tendency to try to like bring the spiritual things to the material, no, to try to what do you call adjust it. Like for example, people say, no, Tulsi, like as because Tulsi has medicinal properties, we should use and things like that. So we also generally people, I also was thinking like that in the beginning, no, before I came to Krishna, I used to think that because we cannot focus on something, so we need something, no, so that's why deities are there, like that. I used to think, or it's a medium. But actually, what Acharya says that like we discussed, no, there is no difference. Actually, it is the Lord Himself, and also the Lord reciprocates according to our mood. So if you think that he is a wood or something, then He will be like that. But if you think that he is a person, then actually the Lord will reciprocate accordingly. So based on our this thing mood, the Lord actually reciprocates. So we basically should not like the correct understanding is not that, no, that it is a medium for us to connect to the Lord or thing like that, or no, or we, because we cannot focus on something impersonal, like we have some deity to focus, not necessarily. Actually, the law, it's an incarnation. So when we say incarnation, then it is a like real person, no. When like Lord Ram came, or no, anybody, any of the incarnations of the Lord, they're actually real persons who can reciprocate with us. So similarly, Vigraha, Archa Vigraha is actually an incarnation of the Lord. So it is non different from the Lord. So that is the right understanding that it is the Lord only. But for us, it is difficult to conceive because based on our consumption, we cannot really think that how it is Lord actually, because like it is some wood or metal. So how it is really Lord, it is very difficult for us, because if it really talks to us, moves, then I think we can think that it is. Otherwise, we think that no, we cannot really. It's very difficult to fully imbibe the concept. Yeah, yeah.
Or any biological things, for example, you call it moves, it grows, uh, then it cries, or there is a emotion that is expressed, okay, whether it is a plant or a human being. But when we talk about DT, for new types like us, like it's very difficult to conceive. Okay, now let's say I don't, it is very difficult, very difficult to conceive that yes, it's a human, it's God that is there, and he's the one who's actually seeing, talking. Until unless we go to that level where we actually fall in that level of love, and so get engrossed and attach it to God, that we actually see there is no difference. We move above that material level, and it is like two people, like like normal person and a doctor seeing the patient. Doctor can see the symptoms, but we can see only the person. Okay, so if we go to the doctor's level, then maybe we can see that yes, God is actually very connected, and in person is connected. So we'll have to probably wait for some day where we get that kind of love and attachment to the God.
It will take time actually, to that kind of realization. But as one example, she told there are many stories like that actually, where the Lord reciprocates.
Mayapurada Madhav deities. So one devotee used to serve. I don't know whether you have seen the Mangalarti. Mangalarti time also that Prabhu only used to do the Arati. And Darshan Arati also used to. So, at the old age actually, so much of pain. We have seen that Prabhu when he went, full legs filled with varicose veins and all. He has leg operation, but still he serves. They have to get up at 2:30 and all morning. Then only they can be in the altar. Yeah, for the Mangalarti. So, so a lot of reciprocations are there. And he didn't say. When we asked other Mataji, then one time they offered some hot milk or something. Yeah. So, earlier days, even I also don't know. Just whatever cooked, just go and keep like, now we think little bit. So the Radharani actually said, you should keep one bowl to cool it down and one spoon also. All these instructions were given to dream and things like that many experience. One time actually what happened, this actually Kripam Prabhu in Radha Madhav altar only. One time when they offered the grapes, when they opened the altar, actually all the seeds were on that curtain. They closed the curtain for offering all the grapes. So after that actually they used to offer grapes or any fruits without seeds. Actually we should take out the seeds and offer. We in Haribari, we don't care for these things. No? When we all eat also, we don't.
Krishna. Anybody want to
Hare
share anything
Krishna.
online? Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Actually, you are Krishna, no? Vrindavan Krishna. There is a Krishna opposite. There is a Krishna in your deity, no? That temple, in your temple, house temple.
Yeah.
That Krishna is very powerful, actually. Whatever I simply I bear one thing that happened. Just like that playful I played because I was sitting idle. I didn't have any job that time. So that day chanting, I was just praying. Mataji knows actually, Pranasaki Mataji. Immediately the next day I wanted to come and see him, but I could not come. But from that time onwards, he will speak to me and tell something or the other thing. Now, actually, I got another 2 more new projects also. First, I only wanted to take it, but now one of my friend is also there who is helping me. She is also a devotee of Krishna, but I was not thinking that she will help me this much. But once I prayed again, I need to get one more extension hand, helping hand, something like that. 2 more helping hand I got. The same Krishna, only your Krishna. I just prayed that I should get all the support. I should not be down like that. Somehow I succeeded in that. And
Okay.
that Krishna always come in my dream, and he will just guide me also.
Very nice, Mataji. Actually, the Krishna is not merciful to us till now. He is more merciful to you.
No. Actually, when I was chanting, no, I was just looking at him. Then again, I closed my eyes. Then again, when I closed my eyes, he is coming in my eyes again. So I opened my eyes.
Nice, Mataji. Good. Yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji not able to hear.
Prabhuji is telling about Kirtan. Kirtan.
Okay.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I have a question.
Yes, Mataji.
Hello.
So I just want one second, just 1 second, hold on. So I just want to tell Ramesh Mataji, so it is good that the Lord is reciprocating and your faith is increasing, but gradually we should pray only for spiritual things. Now it is okay. In the beginning, we can ask for some favor.
No, Prabhuji, I never prayed for material things. I just closed my eyes and I just prayed something good should happen. That's all. That good is not one. That good is 100. That good is increasing.
It is good that it is helping.
Means,
Yeah.
Like I was saying, I didn't pray for me or somebody. I just prayed there should be improvement for others. There should be improvement for my father. Like that only I was. It was just like on the whole, not for one single individual or for my sake.
Yes, Mataji. See, basically, it is always better to pray to Krishna, instead of praying to somebody else. We can always approach with all the problems to the Lord. But that will increase our faith. But slowly, we should it automatically happens, Mataji. That is good starting. Yes, Mataji. Srivali Mataji, what?
Now I don't even tell Mataji that this is happening for me. But only sometime when I am very much eager to tell Mataji, I will share.
Good, nice to know, Mataji. It's very good actually to know.
Chaitanya Prabhu, when he gave the deities, actually told, Radha Gopinath, they are very, very merciful. So how we serve them or how we connect with them, that way they reciprocate. Yeah. Yes, Srivali Mataji, want to say something? Ask.
Mataji, my question is this deity worship is in Dwapara Yuga, no? It is not for Kali Yuga, no? Then why should we believe in this deity worship?
Mataji, is it audible?
Hello.
See, Mataji, yeah. See, basically, so we are following this Pancharatrika Vidhi, So there are two Vidhis actually. Pancharatrika Vidhi and what is the other one? Bhagavad Vidhi, right? So actually the primary focus in our Sampradaya is actually Bhagavad Vidhi, which actually is reading Srimad Bhagavatam, preaching. So that is the primary thing. But deity worship is like we are discussing today, Mataji, there are 5 angas of bhakti. Okay, so the like 5 pillars of bhakti, you can say. So like which is starting from Mathura Vas, like residing in a holy place. Then actually association of pure devotees, Vaishnava Sangha. Then actually reading Srimad Bhagavatam, then deity worship and chanting the holy name. So there are 5 angas of bhakti. So we were discussing actually only by chanting the holy name of the Krishna. In Kali Yuga, the method of prescribed is chanting the holy name. So it is possible to attain perfection only by chanting. That is possible. But we are doing all the things just that we are actually we don't want to take a chance, because only chanting to become perfect in chanting without. So chanting has different stages, like Nama Bharat stage, Nama Bha stage, and Shuddhanam. So if you can chant in Shuddhanam, then actually we don't need any other process. But so because we are like very lazy people and very unqualified, we are trying to do everything. The 5 angas we are trying to practice so that actually there's a chance of making progress faster. So that's why so actually, strictly speaking, it is not necessary. But but when you have deities, definitely we develop the love for the Lord. Because otherwise it is very difficult to develop. No, in chanting, if you are able to do pure chanting, then we can develop love for Lord. But if you have a deity, it is just like a person. No, like at home. No, some people consider the deity like a child, or we have the 5 rasas, no, like Vatsalya, Madhurya, like that different rasas with the Lord. So when you really have a deity, then actually we consider the deity as part of our family. We say no, that actually Krishna should be the center of our family. So if you have a deity, we can increase our bhakti many folds. Because every day you serve the deity, you dress the deity, You give prasadam, bhoga to the deity. After that, you are taking prasadam. So when you do like that, the Lord actually treats you like a person. And like Rameshri Mataji is telling, so this kind of experience are very powerful, right? When you see that the Lord is reciprocating, then our faith is increasing thousands and millions of times. Because otherwise, it's very difficult to get that faith. So like that, Mataji. So strictly by going by Shastras, it is not necessary to do deity worship. But actually, we see that devotees do deity worship. Now in the temple also, Prabhupada established it. So actually, it really helps us to build the relationship with the Lord. The personal connect with the Lord actually happens in the deity worship.
Okay, you mean to say through service also we'll develop like devotion
Yes,
by
Mataji.
serving that
Basically, it is a
deity.
personal relationship. No, if you have a deity, we consider the deity as a person, one person. Like you have Krishna, like say you name the deity. You give a name. Or Gauranyata is there. You give a name to the deity, and you consider it as a person. And then you talk, like Mataji was saying, we can go and tell everything to the deity, whatever problems we are facing, and the Lord actually come back to us. Like Ramesh Mataji is saying, no, like it may not happen to all of us easily. When you become pure, then the Lord actually will start coming and talking to us, like through dreams or various ways the Lord. So then the relationship is established when there is a two-way relationship. You are talking something to a person and the person is responding to you, right? Then actually the relationship is very strong. So that way the relationship can be built with the deity, Mataji.
Okay, okay,
No,
Prakash,
Prabhuji,
thank you.
actually, you are telling no for simple things, not for the material thing. I will pray. But one more thing also happened. I will tell you later, Prabhuji. Okay.
Yes, Mataji. Shivali Mataji, is it okay the answer or you want more?
Yes, 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 yes,
Yeah,
Prabhuji. Thank you,
this
thank you.
everything in spirituality, Mataji, has to be experienced actually. So we can tell to somebody some things. Like for example, we can tell somebody to chant the holy name. No, but unless until the person chants and start experiencing it, it cannot be realized. So similarly, everything. So deity worship is also like that. But actually, for the deity worship, one important point is that we need to have a standard of deity worship. So it is recommended that it is better. So already, if you have a deity in your home, like which is passed by generation, then you can worship the deity, like Laddu Gopal or something. But otherwise, it is recommended that we should take initiation. We should take diksha, to ideally to start worshipping the deity, because then the guru. See, basically, the worship of the deity is happening through the guru. The spiritual master is worshipping the deity. In the samsara dava praise, it is mentioned right. So the guru is actually doing everything. We are just an instrument, or we are taking the help through guru. We are worshipping. So we have to have a spiritual master. We have to take initiation, because to worship there are some standards expected. So we should not just out of what you call sentiments, like get some deity, buy some deity. So ideally speaking, the deity comes like a guru comes to your life. A deity also come to your life. Somebody sends the deity, or some situation is created in the life that deity comes to you. Right. For example, our deity, like like mentioned, right, Radha Govind's deity, it is not our deities. Another devotee was worshipping, they gave the deity to us. So we should not think that, okay, no.
So Mataji actually in our Sri Ramesh Mataji. So Janmashtami time, no? Yeah. She have attachment towards them. No? So during Janmashtami time, actually they used to come. 2 years actually they had come. I know for the Janmashtami we don't have a Radha Krishna deity. So Kripam Prabhu said, okay, Tirtha Prabhu deity, then they come and they stay here for 2 weeks. Then we say, okay, after Radhashtami only you go. Then Radhashtami also they stay here. Then after that they goes, and then we go and take darshan in his home. And then we'll ask Prabhu, whether they can be here for some more days. During the Kartik Mas, actually, we again brought them. So they comes as a guest and keep going. And the next Janmashtami also they came. And then Prabhu was telling, like, I'm getting old now. I wanted, somebody to give this to take care of them. So I didn't decide. And when they will go, that all things I don't know. So then this went for 2 years. Then after that, no one Chaturmas, when the Chaturmas started under Igadashi, Prabhu said now they wanted to really go to your home. So that way, actually, they have come here. Yeah. So yeah, their
So
mercy actually,
Mataji, like,
basically, even though we don't have the qualification. Yeah. Yes, Mataji.
so first is chanting and deity worship is like advanced thing. That's what
Yeah,
you're
actually, what Prabhupada says is that deity worship helps us to purify us. So every grahastha they should have a deity. Because they, you know, usually at home the husband wife relationship will be more. I know, so husband will be attracted to wife, wife will be attracted. So that attraction should go to the DT actually. So the DT should be nicely dressed, and no, everyone should look upon the DT actually. Not to the other person. So that is the main thing actually. But Prabhupada in some of the purport actually mentioned that, DT worship is for the.
Yeah. So Mataji, that is what. So actually DT worship. No, so basically there are our aparadha. No, in chanting also there are aparadha. Like no, what is nam aparadha, right? We are committing offense with the chanting. So we have the 10 offenses, right? So similarly in the dam also there are dam aparadhis there. So any of the all the 5 angas, no, they have aparadh, like Vaishnava aparadh. So so basically a DT also. We sometimes people will have a sentiment, no, like okay, I want to have a DT, like just like Bhagavan by. So we should not be based on sentiment. We should actually our faith in the Lord should be firm. No, our faith in the philosophy should be strong. So that's why it is recommended that we take initiation diksha so that we are connected to the parampara, and then by the order of the spiritual master we should worship the deity. And generally it is recommended to worship Gaur and Nitai, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu, because they are Krishna and Balram, because Gaur and Nitai is very forbearing, merciful. Basically they don't take offenses easily. Like similarly we say Vrindavan and Mayapur, right? So Vrindavan and Mayapur there is no different. Both are both are equally important. But in Vrindavan, both the dhams, any spiritual activity we do, right, it has 1,000 times benefit. But in Vrindavan, if you do an offense, that is multiplied 1,000 times. But in Mayapur, because it's Audarya Dham, actually the offenses are not taken so much seriously. So because of that, so first actually we should be established in our in our faith, firm faith in the Lord, in the principles. Then take the diksha, and then once the diksha is there, if you have sincere desire to worship the deity, we should understand the practicalities. No, externally it may look very nice, but then there is also responsibilities. No, once we start deity worship, we have to maintain the standard. No, we should not leave the deity and go somewhere, or we should not keep them hungry. No, so everything strictly we need to follow the deity worship. So when we are having that nishta, then I think we should worship the deity. So Mataji, so like that. So first we should take diksha to become qualified, and then I think it is recommended to worship Gaur and Thai, or then after that, no, Jagannath Baldev Subhadra next actually. And Radha Krishna worship is not really recommended actually. Understand till no, we become second initiated. We take second diksha, Brahman diksha, and then we are having complete faith in the Lord. Then only, because Radha Krishna worship is very strict actually. The standards are strict. Like if you look at any temple in Radha Krishna deities, what it all? Yeah.
Yeah, because after bringing them, he's getting some difficulties, it seems, because we may be doing some aparad. Yeah, so no different way the aparad can happen. So he said better keep them at home only. Better you bring Jagannath, you can bring, or Gaurnita, you can bring, because it's not a very we are very very sensitive actually. Radharani is the topmost level of only service to Krishna. We will be like in a different way. We have 100 things. Radharani have one point focus on serving Krishna. So if we are not doing, then it will be an aparada. That's what the aparada. Wrong we are doing to Radharani. This is the name itself is aparada. Aparada.
Mataji, one last question. So if people who cannot maintain deities, like if they go to temple and worship the deity daily, will it give the same benefit or?
Yes, Mataji. So, but normally the problem temple DT, will not be. So, if you are going every day to the DT, many devotees actually develop that relationship with the deities of the temple. No? So some devotees are attracted to like Radha Madhav, in Mayapur, or some devotees are attracted to Radha Shyam Sundar, in Vrindavan. So basically, when you're regularly worshipping a deity or go every day you're going to temple, then actually that relationship can be developed, Mataji. But when it is at home, then every day we are dealing with them. So then that the possibility of making the relationship stronger and faster is more actually when you have deity at home. But so it all depends on Mataji, your desire, because the Lord is there in your heart as Paramatma, no? So he's seeing your desires, what is there, what are you going through. So if you have a sincere desire that you should worship the deity, then the Lord will make the arrangement. Now somehow that situation is created that the deities comes to you. So yeah, so these are different aspects, Mataji. So we should be sincerely following the instructions of the spiritual master, like Prabhupada, and understand the philosophy, try to practice Vaishnavas, follow the 5 angas of bhakti, and then automatically when you become qualified, the deities will come, like that, Mataji.
Okay,
Is it
okay,
okay,
Prabhu.
Mataji? Any
Thank you
other
so much.
question?
Yes, yes, yes. No problem. Thank you.
Yeah, so basically we have a step by step process, no? Like first we actually start chanting the holy names of the Lord. We have the shiksha, right? We come 1 round, 4 rounds, 16 rounds. So we come to 16 rounds of chanting. So that actually is the basic standard. So chanting, then follow the 4 regulatory principles, no? Like no meat eating, no intoxication, all the 4 regulatory principles we have to follow. So all these things are like basic things. I know we are getting prepared actually, no, to become purified. So everything is the process of purification. The entire devotional service is the process of purifying us, because we are contaminated by so many lifetimes of conditioning. Then once we come to 16 rounds, then we have Prabhupada Ashraya, Guru Ashraya, and take Diksha. So unless until we take Diksha, we are not connected to the Parampara. No, we are on our own actually. We are like an orphan. So we should be connected to get connected to the Parampara. We actually has to take Diksha from the spiritual master. So that is a serious commitment, because the Diksha is a life, multiple life commitment. So once that Diksha is done, then actually we should start thinking, no, like whether we should want to worship deity. And if you're worshipping deity, first is Gauranitai, Gauranitai deity we can start. Then we can have Jagannath Balasubhadra, and then after that, no, if we can think whether we want to worship. But it is not necessary. If you develop relationship with Gauranitai, that is self sufficient to go back to Krishna. There is nothing else more required actually. But
After Diksha, no, when we do some offense also, because we are worshipping on what you say, behalf of our Guru. So Guru will take that offenses. Not willingly we are doing some offense, but any offense we do, because we are doing on behalf of Guru, Guru will take actually. So as soon as we enter the altar, actually, now also, and we have to pray to Guru, say the Guru Pranam Mantra. If you are not taken the Guru Pranam Mantra, at least Prabhupada Pranam Mantra we have to chant. And then everything, it is said that when you enter the altar, we consider ourselves as servant of Krishna. We consider ourselves as supreme spirit soul, not as on the body. Of course, we will not be always able to do, but when we chant the Guru Pranam Mantra, Guru will help us to some extent, to be on that platform. Because many things, we are carried away by our daily activities, our daily responsibilities, all these things. So to switch that, actually, when we enter the altar, we should immediately offer obeisances to Guru. And that's why when we go to ISKCON temple also, first thing we have to do is go to the Prabhupada and do the obeisances there. Then only we should obeisances to Jagannath. Yeah, first obeisance should be done to Prabhupada. So that way.
Here, one example also given. If you have to put some letters into the mailbox, it will go without any difficulty. It will go to the certain destination. So if you have to put any other old box to the letters, it won't go. It may take some difficulty to reach that particular destination. So Archa Vigraha, it is nothing but the authority of the representation of the God. So we should do the Archa Vigraha. It is the incarnation of the God. If you have to do any devotional service, God will take to that form. From the devotee, we have to do the deity worship.
it's getting boring. Listen. Yeah, so these things are very important to understand. No, may not be immediately we apply, but at some point we need to understand what are the principles. Why do we do these things? Huh? So I just want to say, so basically, our nature is that, no, we always commit offenses. It is very difficult. No, even like advanced devotees, it's very difficult to avoid offenses. Every moment, no, knowingly or unknowingly, we do so many offenses, like Namabrad or Abhradra deities. So actually, there is Narottama Das Thakur, no, who is very exalted devotee. So he is praying. Okay, he is praying here. Okay, oh Lord, you are an ocean of mercy. You are the friend of the fallen souls. Please notice me. I have become like a non-devotee, swallowed by the Timingala fish of lust. Oh Lord, please protect me. So he's very advanced stage. He's praying like this. In everything, in every birth, I repeatedly offended you. I, in every birth, I failed to worship you sincerely. No one is as fallen as I. Nevertheless, you are the only goal of my life. O Lord of my life, please do not abandon me. This is what he's praying. No, Narottama Das Thakur is a very, very exalted devotee. So basically, even at such a stage, no, it is difficult, no, to avoid offenses. Oh Lord, you are known as Patita Pavana, the deliverer of fallen, and you are also known as Shamasundara. Please do not ignore my appeal. Even if I am an offender, I think that you are the real goal of life. That is the truth. O Supreme Personality of Godhead, please do not neglect me, O Master of my life. Please hear my words. Even if I have committed offenses to you, I always think of you as my master. Please allow me to serve you as your associate and follower. Narottama Dasa is very unhappy. O Lord, please engage him in your Sankirtana movement and thus make me happy. O Lord, I am very afraid that I will not be able to overcome the many obstacles that stop me from advancing in devotional service. O Lord, at every moment I beg you to remove the obstacles. So these prayers are very powerful actually. So the Acharya's prayers we have in the website KK Songs. So basically the mood of Acharyas we can understand from these prayers. So in this context, why I want to read this is that we need to understand that even so exalted devotees, they are actually also like what you call, they are also praying that they are committing offenses. So basically it's very easy to commit offenses. So when we do deity worship, we have to be very, very careful actually, very sensitive, that we may do some offenses. So that is the point actually. But then when we come to that point, the deity worship is very powerful, right? So once we have, automatically, as we mentioned, if you're sincere in the heart, the Lord will show, the Lord will manifest somehow, like that. Okay, we'll move on. We are late actually. What is idol worship? So basically, everybody understood the difference between idol worship and deity worship. Okay, anybody want to say like what is fun of?
Deity worship is worshipping the Lord. Okay, so Lord responds to us. There is a possibility of we building that relation to the infinite level. Idol worship is like today very rampant. You have politicians as your idols, heroes, heroines as your idols. So that's an idol worship, which is one way. Okay, and you are wasting the time. So idol worship will not give anything. Idol worship is blind faith. Okay, but this is known, and this is uh, you are connected. You are re-establishing the connection in the deity worship. Idol worship is just following somebody blindly.
So like Mataji told us, the basic difference in idol worship is no authorized post box and unauthorized post box. So so basically idol worship, like basically all other Abrahamic religion, they forbade idol worship. No, if you look Muslim, Islam, Christianity, they look down upon people who do idol worship. So this question may come when we preach. So this point should be clear. What is the difference between idol worship and deity worship? So idol worship, yeah, idol worship is like just concoction actually. You imagine something like and then try to worship without an authority. So like basically if you do worship as per the scriptures, because the scriptures are given by the Lord himself and we are following the paddati which is given by the Lord, right? And then it is authorized and we do pran pratishtha, follow the religion, then actually it is deity worship. It's a deity, real Lord. But idol worship is something somebody just take some stone or some image or anything and then concoct something and worship without any authority. That is idol worship. So this difference has to be clear, because people may ask, no, why are you doing idol worship? Like, yeah, idol. The original meaning of idol is like some statue, no, like some representation. So idol is like basically the difference is that it is one is authorized system and one is unauthorized. Like somebody does by himself, no, then it is idol worship. Or idol authorized means it should be as per the scriptures. No, because the Lord has given the paddati, we have Pancharatrika Vidhi, right? So in that actually it is mentioned how the Lord has to be worshipped. So that we are following. So then it is actually, and we do pran pradishna. It is a Lord, the real Lord, like we told. No, it is not. It's not just a idol. So this idol, see, externally person doesn't know any spirituality. There is no difference. This is also idol. That's also idol for him, because it is just an image or something. No, that is idol. But the difference is the person who understands spirituality, he can only distinguish what is the difference in idol worship and. Okay, so some other questions we'll skip. I think anybody wants a doubt. Anybody has any want to discuss any question in this list? You went through all the questions. It's clear.
Miserable condition of the material birth. So that's deity, especially referring to Krishna's deity or Vishnu's deity. So
So what service would you like? So there are two application questions. What service would you like to render to the DT? Basically, yeah, we can see some anything we help. No, like we say preaching. No, if you help the preacher, that is also preaching. So see, when somebody is doing deity worship, if you help the person to do like bring the items paraphernalia, Like when you have Abhishekam, no, you bring the items, arranging things. So all these things are service to the deity, right? The indirect service. We can do direct service also, like by doing arti, other things. Both are possible. So who will leave? Okay. So we'll briefly discuss one pastime of Madhendrapuri. Is it okay, or it's getting late? Okay. So basically, see, we have to understand, we have to have faith in the deity. Actually, how do we get the faith in the deity is by the experience of other exalted devotees. Like we few things we discussed. Like today's world also it's happening now also. In the many temples, the pujaris, they have experience like this, because it is difficult to express to others. But now they see whatever they feel, something, some problem is happening today. A particular fruit is not available. Then they see that somebody is bringing that. So like that, I heard from many devotees in the temple, pujaris. So actually, the Lord is reciprocating. Only thing, it depends on how much faith you are having. To the extent of faith we have, the deities reciprocate. So sometimes they reciprocate through some other people. Sometimes the comes in the dream. Like that, Lord reciprocates. So here, actually, the story of Madhavendra Puri is very, very nice story is there. Maybe more details you can search in the net. I think what is Guruji's name? Amarendra Prabhu. No, he has given a like 1.5 hour lecture actually on this, but I will just try to express it in a brief way. So Madhendra Puri actually is one of the first one of the principal acharyas in our sampradaya. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took initiation from Ishwara Puri, right? Ishwara Puri's spiritual master is Madhavendra Puri, and he is the one who actually started this Madhurya, worshipping the Madhurya, one of the initial acharyas in our sampradaya. If you go back to Madhvacharya and other, it is not purely the Madhurya Rasa. But Madhavendra Puri is the one devotee who completely had the treasure of Krishna Prema. He was actually having that real reciprocation and that worshipping in the mode of Madhurya. So Madhavendra Puri, like he was a very exalted devotee and very humble. And then he was staying in Vrindavan, in the Vrajdam, and in Govardhan actually he was staying. So he used to do parikrama every day of Govardhan. Okay, so one day, so he used to, after taking full parikrama, only he eats something till that. So right, it's around 21 kilometers now. Currently it's 21 kilometers, and it takes actually quite some time, like 4 or 5 hours. No, maybe like, easily it takes, yeah. So he used to every day, he used to take the parikrama of the Govardhan, and then there's a place called Govindakund. Okay, on the route of the parikrama. So he was taking rest at Govindakund, and he did not eat anything. He did not. So he is actually, the pure devotees are like that they think that everything that is happening is by the will of the Lord. So they will not endeavor anything. No, so I did not get food. So what we'll do, we'll order the food, or no, we'll go where we can get the food. No, we'll try to get it. But the devotees think that no, when if the Lord wants me to eat, then He'll send the food. Otherwise, it's okay. That is a mood. They don't expect anything. They think everything is happening as per the will of the Lord. They're fully submitted. So Madhavendra Puri will be just taking rest under a tree. He did not have anything. So suddenly, once one boy comes actually, a very young boy who is very effulgent, very beautiful boy. He comes actually. He will be in the form of a coward. So Madhavendra Puri, you can think that no, he lived maybe around 600 years back. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared 500 years, 550 years back. So maybe another 50, 100 years back, Madhavendra Puri was there. So at that time, so this boy comes and he comes with a pot of milk. And he offers to Madhavendra, and he says that no, Baba, like you are not taken anything, no, please take this milk. You know the story, Mataji. Yeah. So the boy will talk in a very sweet voice, no, Baba, Baba, you have not eaten anything, no, please take anything. So like Madhavendra was thinking how this child came to know that I did not eat. So he'll ask, and he'll tell that no, some ladies who had come here, no, they had seen that you have been here for a long time, you not eaten. So please take this milk like that. And he'll told that I'll collect the pot later, and then he goes. Then when the Madhavendra drinks the milk, no, he feel like it's nectar. No, it doesn't belong to this world. Like that kind of a taste he'll feel. Then actually he was thinking, who is this boy, like that and all. Then actually when he sleeps, actually in the dream the boy comes. The same boy will come and he tells that no, actually I am staying in Govardhan, in this particular place for so many years. And I'm extremely, like, a lot of heat is there. I'm covered by bushes. So please take me from this place actually. Okay, so he'll tell where exactly the place is. No, in the dream he will tell, okay, this is this place where actually I'm lying in this place under the bush, under the stone. I'm like lying there. I've been here for so many years. So please take from this place and establish me, and do abhishek of me, things like that. He'll tell. And then next day when he wakes up, no, he actually takes all the villages and go, and then he finds that the deity is there. So these are all the things which is proving that no, the deity actually is real. It is not, because see, it is possible that somebody will have some vague dream, no, and something may happen. But how it can be verified in reality? The real world, actually, no, he is able to go to the place and find the deity. Means it is something beyond our this thing, right? The deity is real. So he tell in the dream, he will come and tell that my name is Gopal, no, and I am no in this place. I am in this place. So like that, then the deity is established as Gopal deity, and then no, all the villagers start worshipping the Gopal deity. And after some days, again, Madhendrapuri will have a dream. So we have to think that the people who get the dream of the deity, they are very exalted people. No, doesn't happen to normal people. So then again, the deity will, no, Gopal will come in his dream and he says that no, I'm feeling very hot in this place, because Govardhan is a hill, no, so it's very hot and my body is very hot. So I will please bring sandalwood from Orissa, no, from Utkal Desh. You bring sandalwood and camphor, so and then decorate my body, and I can apply to the body so that I'll feel relieved. So Madhavendra was actually old by that time. Okay, so he will think, how will I go to Puri? Because at that time also there are many challenges, because they have to walk all the way and then carrying the sandalwood, and also there were tax collection at different places. So like that, so Madhendrapuri nevertheless will go. He'll start going, and on the way there is a place called Ramuna, just Balasore district of Orissa. There's a place called Ramuna where actually there is a deity called Gopinath. So there actually, when he reaches that point, no, he takes rest in that temple in the night. So people used to take in the night, no, they will take some satra or something, and then they continue. So when he reached to this Gopinath deity, the Gopinath deity's offering is very famous. It is called Amrit Keli. So whatever they offer to the Gopinath in the night, it's a special kheer, no, which is called Amrit Keli, which is very nectarian. So Madhanpuri has heard about it, and he thinks that if I can make the same kheer and I can offer to my Gopal, no, like that he'll think. And when the offering is about to happen, he sees the kheer, Madhanpuri, and then he wonders actually how it will taste, how the taste will be, what are the ingredients, so that I can also make, and my Gopal will be happy. But then immediately he will think that, oh, this is an aparat. So actually, we will normally, when we offer something to the deity, we don't taste it, right? So we will not taste, we will not check the salt, right? So because the Lord has to first taste and then we taste. So then Madhanandari immediately feel in the mind that he has committed an aparat, because no, how can I taste that thing before offering to the deity? So he will feel very bad, and no, he will go away place. I'm an offender, actually I cannot stay here, let me go away. And then he goes to the nearby market. Then actually at that night, what happened, the pujari will have a dream. In the pujari's dream, the Gopinath will come in his dream, and he's saying that my dear Madhavendra Puri, no, he actually want to have the kheer, no, and I could not give the kheer. So I have kept one pot behind the curtain. You should actually give it to Madhavendra, because while offering the kheer, actually one kheer pot will be missing after the offering. They could not find where it is. Then in the dream, no, he'll come. The Gopinath will come and tell that kheer I have kept it for Madhavendra Puri. You have to give it to Madhavendra Puri. So you can imagine what is the relationship between Krishna and Madhendrapuri, how exalted he is devotee. So then the pujari will come out and call, is there the most fortunate person called Madhendrapuri here anywhere? Please come and take the key, but he will not find her. Then he searches and go out, and then he will be in the market. So there he'll find, and he'll tell that you are the most fortunate person, because Krishna has given this offering kheer for you. Please take this kheer. So then Madhavendra will take it, the kheer. But then he immediately thinks that no, now what will happen? I'll become famous, because this story will spread everywhere, and then people will start coming behind me. So a pure devotee doesn't want any fame, because fame is also kind of one of the allurement. No, it is also an obstacle actually, because that is called pradishta, puja, labh. No, these are subtle kind of things. Like normally material possessions are there, right? Like house, car, like wife. So these are material gross things. And subtle things are like puja, labh, pratishtha. No, the desire to have appreciation from others. No, like somebody has to worship, like like praise you. Yeah. So Madhendrapuri did not have. So he did not want that thing actually. So he'll run away from that place. So like that, the story goes on. But no, then actually he goes to Orissa. Then and then brings this thing chandan. So there's a special chandan called Malaya chandan, which actually is available there. So then he brings it back, because he's old. No, he finds it very difficult to carry it, and so he'll have some servants, everything arranged from the king. The king of Orissa will arrange that. And when he comes back to Ramuna, and when he's taking rest again, the Gopal will come in his deity, in his dream. The original Gopal, no, he will tell that no, like I'm very much pleased by all the service you have done, and you are very old. No, it is not necessary that you bring the chandan to Vrindavan. You actually apply it to the Gopinath deity, because Gopal, me and Gopinath are the same. There is no difference. So you please apply the chandan to Gopinath, and I will be relieved actually from my heat. So like that actually the story. So basically, we need to understand this is just one story. So there are two things actually to understand. One, actually, the exalted position of Madhendrapuri. What is his position? No, how exalted he is. The Lord actually, is again and again coming in his dream. And he's directly coming and meeting him. So what is the thing? No, so this is something very very high. But the lesson for us, one is that. Second is that no, we need to understand that the deity is non-different from the Lord. So the Gopal deity and Gopinath deity, both reciprocated with him, right? In a form that is undeniable. If somebody says that, okay, I had a dream and the deity tell something, there's no way to verify it, no. But then if you really, if you say that, okay, I'm in this particular position, you can come and find me, and you can really see that the deity is there, then there is no way that you can be denied. Like that, there are many stories. Like the story of Sakshi Gopal is there, so that you can search later. I think we are late actually. So anybody has any questions? It's clear. So yeah, so we have to be clear about the different five angas of bhakti. Okay, so we understand so everything is clear. Like what is the position of the deity? How do you approach the deity? How to see the deity? These points are all clear, right? Okay, then we'll wind up by reading the preaching in the essence.
Preaching is more important than deity worship. Deity worship is especially meant for purifying the neophyte devotees. Actually, however, preaching is more important. In Bhagavad Gita 1869, it is said, "Na cha tasman manushyeshu kaschin me priya kartamaha." If one wants to be recognized by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he must preach the glories of the Lord. One who worships the deity must therefore be extremely respectful to preachers. Otherwise, simply worshipping the deity will keep one in the lower stage of devotion. Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, 14th chapter, 40th verse.
This is like a googly, huh? Looks like. Yeah. So we need to understand really what is the difference actually. Yeah. See, deity worship is also important, but our Prabhupada's mood or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mood is preaching. It's a preaching mission. Preaching is essence, right? So, but deity worship is also a part of our Danga because it is also required for the devotee's purification. But Prabhupada many times, Prabhupada direct disciple, they did not engage too much in deity worship. Like when it is required, actually they did the deity worship. But then he used to tell that they had to go out and preach. Pujaris are required. Later, actually, some devotees became pujari, but the main devotees of disciples of Prabhupada, they are all were doing preaching actually, because preaching is something which actually is pleasing to the Lord, right? Because we are helping other conditioned souls to help. So this is the difference. So compared to there are two kind of bhajana. One is called Nirjana bhajana, and no, actually like Goshtianandi and Bhajananandi, right? So Bhajananandis are people who are interested in doing the devotional service like alone, or no, or it's more focused on the sadhana. And Goshanandis are people who actually go out and preach. So when you go out and preach, the mercy of the Lord is directly coming to us. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy, the acharyas. So both are important actually. So given a choice, I think we can do preaching more. Okay, but then sometimes if the Lord really wants to come to you, then He will come. But otherwise, it is not necessary to do duty. But definitely, it'll help us to in the ways which we discussed already. Right? So, and then it is mentioned that if you chant the holy name, right, the Lord's holy name is not different from Krishna, right? Abhinnatam nama namena. So when we are actually come to the pure stage of chanting, when you come to the pure state of chanting, then the Lord actually is manifested in the mantra, Hare Krishna mantra. The mantra is actually the deity. The Lord actually is manifested directly in the mantra. So in that stage, no, we don't have to separately have deities actually. Then that is an advanced stage. Okay, online, anybody has any questions? Ankush Prabhu, Parda Prabhu, or Mr. Mataji?
No, Prabhuji.
Okay, then I think we'll.
No, Prabhuji.
Huh?
No, Prabhuji.
Preaching, wherever we get an opportunity, we definitely talk. Yeah, I need one. Nothing like preaching. So for me, it's like preaching is too very high, but I try to include in a discussion. Any discussion that I do, it'll lean towards spirituality. It'll lean towards Krishna. So that I try to tie it up. Okay, so and whenever I'm doing, let's say anything that I have to do, I say I'll have to do it as a duty. Okay, so and yeah, correct. It's not connecting. So So, but wherever possible, Mataji, wherever possible, whenever, even if it's in my informal talks or whether it's my formal talks, I always try to lean towards Bhagavad Gita, lean towards Bhagavatam and Krishna, and try to connect it. And some people, they come to me, then when they start talking, we start discussing on things like this, on topics like this. And some people too get interested. Okay, so somebody like that asked me, okay, give me a Bhagavad Gita, and we'll share it with them.
I think what I'm doing now, I'm really enjoying, because I've started posting a status. I've been doing this for some 3 or 4 weeks, putting one, and a lot of people are responding to me because that particular day maybe that verse was applicable to them. So I know, even though I don't see all of them who have read it, there are many more people who are reading it, and so now it has become, I feel it's my duty that I have to post it in the morning, because there are so many souls waiting to read it. Yeah. I'm
When she came to Bangalore, that Mataji actually Prabhupada was sending the mail, as a kind of preaching, unknowing preaching actually. We don't know whom it is going to reach and things like that. And from there, actually, she went to the nearby Pune temple and she became a full-time devotee. She didn't marry only that much very strong. She became like,
the inquiry that I asked you also today. So yes, I had met her parents and spoken about. They told me they were looking for one. I don't know if I messaged you. Maybe I didn't tell you. I forgot to follow up. But they wanted. Yes.
Anybody in online would like to share anything? Any preaching experience? You want to pack? Okay, so we'll wind up actually, devotees. Then thanks for joining. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubheva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama
Rama, Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Hare. Yeah, actually, 1 minute, devotees, before leaving now. So our Yamnath Prabhu's wife, actually, will be undergoing some surgery. So we'll all pray for actually her one time Hare Krishna mantra. Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Hare Hare.
Thank you, devotees. So we'll end here.